Welcome back to the Big Country YouTube channel. If you haven't been here this week, you're coming in the middle of the 7 days of country. And on every day this week, I got a jingle.
What's the jingle, Country?
On the third day of country, country gave to me mods on the bully. Part 2. What's up, y'all? Dude, you better go check it out. YouTube members, you know you get 24 hours early access on the giveaway for the Bully of Mexico. All you gotta do is hit join right at the bottom of your screen. For $5, you can guarantee that you'll at least get an opportunity at one of the 350 spots for the Bully of Mexico. Once they're sold out, this giveaway is over! Picking up right where we left off yesterday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yesterday, because part 1 came out yesterday. So be sure to go check that out if you haven't already seen it. Or else you're going to be confused. You're like, what's going on, Country? I don't understand what you're talking about. Picking right back up, we're under the gas tank. We were talking about our velocity stacks. We're talking about our air filter. The next thing on the list, we got Brock's Performance pair valve block offs. Now, a lot of people are probably saying, Country, what does pair valve block offs do? I don't know. It was part of the recipe, guys. You know, so Big Country follows the recipe. It's kind of like whenever you're cooking up some spaghetti and it tells you to put turmeric in it or something like that. Some kind of spice you can't even pronounce. You do it. You don't ask why. You don't know why, but you do it. All right? So we got pair valve block off plates. I guess they're a must-have. I don't know. Moving on back under the seat, you know Big Country's got that anti-gravity lithium battery, because that's what I run in my stuff, guys. Lightweight lithium battery, double the cranking amps. Think we lost like 4 pounds going to that. All right. And then, guys, what's right there beside the battery? That ECU. And you know, when it comes to a Moore Mafia bike, who do you think tuned my ECU, guys? That's right, Moore Mafia Dyno Tune ECU. So this thing will come with your choice of pump gas or Fuel Factory 2WL/MR12, whichever one is convenient for you. So you just have to let me know when you win, Country. I'm going to be running this thing on pump gas, or it's going to be a race bike. I want my stuff set up on race fuel. This thing has a ton of time and development in this ECU. Now, what does that mean? So if you came here and you got your bike dyno tuned, yes, your bike would make the same horsepower as this. But whenever you get out there on the street and you nail your throttle, what would your bike do? It would probably be slower than the Bully of Mexico. So this is another reason why the Bully is the Bully. All right, so the Bully has 3 different modes. So just like a standard Gsxr, it has A mode, B mode, and C mode. So the cool thing with the Bully is these have all been set up in different power levels in first gear. So this bike makes the same amount of horsepower in all 3 modes, except for in first gear. So what does that mean? A mode is full power, okay? This would be good for if you want to ride wheelies, you want to play on the street, whatever. A mode's not going to be the fastest. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, because it's too much power, it's too erratic. Even with my big old self on it, this joker will throw you off. She's like a bucking bull is what I'm trying to tell you, boys. All right, I mean, she bad. All right, so normally where I would run this bike is in B mode, okay? So B mode is where I ran it mostly on the street, usually at the track in the summertime. Warmer weather conditions. Like I've said in multiple of my videos, the heat kills these little motors that don't make much power. Now when I say don't make much power, it's because if you pan right over there, that's my normal race bike that makes over 700 horsepower. So 200 horsepower is not a very strong engine from my perspective. But whenever it's 90 degrees, it probably makes 10 less horsepower than when it's 60 degrees, okay? So it has, whenever you launch, okay, let's say, for instance, we're at the track. We get up there, we launch, we hold it about 4,500, and then we're gonna roll into that throttle to 100%. All right, the ECU itself is not gonna let the bike go 100% throttle. All right, so I don't know exactly what the numbers are because it's been a while since we did this. But in B mode, it might, for instance, go to 75% throttle in first gear until it gets up to about 12,000 RPM. That's gonna keep this bike planted and keep it from wheeling and not have to worry so much about your throttle, okay? It also has C mode, which C mode is gonna do exactly the same thing, but it knocks it down to maybe 60% throttle. C mode is where I ran it. It actually went its fastest time at the track in C mode, and it was in cool weather conditions, 50 degrees or so is when it went the fastest. Okay. Two-step tune is in the ECU. So you also, whenever you go on mooremafia.com, you can order your ECU flash and get a two-step. What that's gonna do is it's gonna be hooked up to your clutch switch. Well, the Bully's a little different, okay? So the Bully has a button right down here that when you're going down the road, it is what we call, it's a rolling two-step, okay? So we're actually using it kind of like a launch control, or you see it with a lot of turbo cars, anti-lag. So what I would do whenever we street race is I would hold this button, I'd get in first gear, hold the button, and then I go wide open. All right, and I get in my full tuck position, but my two-step keeps me at like 50 miles an hour or wherever it is set at. As soon as I hear that honk or anything indicating that it's time to rock and roll, you let off that button and boom, she goes 100%. And that is where you see in so many videos, even with me on it, being bigger, heavier than Chris, you'd see them off that takeoff, the Bully, boom, she's gone. And then it takes them forever to chase it back down, all right? That's what made us win against the H2, the R1, all these bikes that Chris has had that we raced. It is that initial leave and jump out of the hole that made this thing fly. So, like I said, that's not something that is just a flash, and we have countless hours in that ECU developing the perfect scenario for this bike, my weight, the way that I ride, everything is factored in to this working. All right. Also under the seat, ABS delete. We did away with all that crap. It's heavy. You don't need it. I mean, who needs ABS on a motorcycle, guy? Guys, you're not doing, no road course racing. You don't need this stuff, guys. ABS delete, she gone. It also has back here in the back, the on-bike harness. You can literally access the ECU right here under the hump and make flashes and changes without removing the whole ECU. Like I said, we've done so much testing with this thing. If I had to take the ECU out every single time, it would literally take forever. This thing, you pop the little hump off or back seat, plug right in with the computer, make your changes, boom, flash it, done, gone, let's get it. Back on the street. Fanamichi Triple Tree. I think that's how you say it. It's not American. Big Country speaks American. So I think that's how you say it. It's not in my language. But it looks good. You'll see here, no key switch. So this thing has Woodcraft key switch delete, meaning this right here is your key. All right. So that could be an issue for some people. So, like I said, Big Kountry has thought of it all. I have the stock triple tree, I have the stock key switch, I have all of that stuff. It will come with the bike, whether you want it or not. Alright guys, so if we move on around, our last subject that we gotta hit is all the exterior mods on this thing. And when I say exterior, I just mean stuff that makes it look better, cleaner, carbon fiber, whatnot like that. So, first thing we're going to jump to, look right here, boy. Brock's Performance mirror block offs, all right? Of course, they're carbon fibre because they got to be. The next thing you're going to see, look at this. Stars and stripes, boys. All right, so I don't know if you know, but Suzuki, who is made in Japan, never made a Gsxr with an American flag on it. That's because I had these graphics made. Cool thing is, these graphics are laid right over the factory graphics. So you don't, this would be crazy.
Don't say it.
If you don't like an American flag, you could peel these off and it's the yellow color of a 2023 Gsxr 1000. That would be the most disgusting thing that you could do to this bike if you get it. Whew, that just got me riled up just thinking about somebody taking that American flag off this puppy. Next thing, when we turn this key switch on, you're going to see something that is like a bald eagle performing the national anthem. Look at this, guys. The red, the white, the blue. Big Kountry has those custom-made daytime running lights made for the Bully. I literally cut these things and made them myself. So, I mean, they're badass. You know what I'm saying? They're literally just Amazon LEDs that I thought looked really cool. And these things get so much attention. I literally probably get at least one message a day when I post a picture or video of this bike. People want to know where they can get these daytime running lights like this. You can't get them, okay? Don't even think about it. The only bike that's ever had these is the Bully of Mexico, and that's the way it's gonna be. All right. Next, you'll see Montgomery carbon fiber headlight. So that's a pretty big deal. Also, a lot lightweight. The headlight on a stock Gsxr, it's huge. Like, it looks like this little piece, but really, the thing goes all the way up into here. It's a really heavy piece, actually. It's just, this is the only part of it that you see. So, it's a big deal to get this little LED light. That's actually pretty dang bright on the street and does a pretty good job. Is it as good for seeing as the stock light? Probably not. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, let me shut that off. Hayley Rose says it's so bright she can't see a darn thing right now. But the next thing is you looking at this thing and you're like, Kountry, I've never seen a Gsxr with wings on it.
With wings.
I mean, she looks like, I don't know what it looks like. I bought these things. I thought they were cool. And when I put them on, it really threw people off a lot because they never seen a Suzuki with winglets on it. So I left them. I thought they're cool. I know, roll race guys, I know. I could go faster if I didn't have them. But see, I'm faster because I'm smarter than y'all. So I left the wings on there. I still outrun all them guys. So I didn't really see the necessary to take them off because I thought they looked cool, if you know what I'm saying. So moving on around, look right here. More stars, more stripes. You got the LED clear turn signals that are just making this puppy slick and sleek. No big turn signal sticking out. Looks good. Right down here, this used to say, this was in Japanese, it said Suzuki. Now it's in American, it says Kountry. All right. Because see, Suzuki originally built this thing, but now Kountry built it. All right. You're gonna see this right here. This is beautiful carbon fibre. This was all made by RPM carbon fiber. Pretty good stuff, guys, I ain't gonna lie. I like the RPM carbon, it looks really good. We got the side pieces here. We got the side pieces on the tail. Big Kountry's real big on, I love carbon, but I love carbon to flow with, you know, like the scheme of the bike. Now, yeah, I could get all carbon. That wouldn't be a problem. But I think it looks better having a little red, a little white, a little blue with some black and some carbon. I really think I did the right thing on this thing. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a prettier stock wheelbase Gsxr than this puppy right here. Oh yeah, we got double bubble windscreen. I don't know that was that big of a mod or that important, but it is actually kind of a big deal because when you're bigger, like Country, it is hard to get low. Your factory windshield goes about like right here, and that means that the wind would hit me right in the forehead. It would make my hair flow through the wind, which would slow me down a little bit more. So the double bubble does help with bigger guys like myself. I think we've hit them all. I mean, we've talked about 30 minutes now about all the darn modifications done to this bike. And I will probably remember some more when I get done. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Big Kountry has talked. My throat is sore from talking so much and telling all these mods on this bike. And I mean, it's when I go through and I talk about this so long and so many times that it really breaks Big Kountry down, because all of those parts were bought by Big Kountry. All of those parts were installed by Big Kountry. All of the time, all of the development, all of the stuff that I have done to create this motorcycle, how it works, how it performs, and then I'm turning around on April 18th and giving it to someone who buys a sticker. I'm really doubting myself on this, guys. I really don't know that I should have done this, but I gave y'all the opportunity to vote in one of my other videos of which bike you wanted me to give away from the collection, and you chose the Bully. I didn't think it would happen. This bike started my YouTube channel. Somebody is gonna be one lucky rascal to get the Bully of Mexico, guys. Guys, go get in. I'm telling you, you better get the members on YouTube. The join button right at the bottom of this screen, $5 would pretty much guarantee you a spot in the giveaway. All right, there's only gonna be 350 spots available. Our last giveaway sold out in 24 hours. Guys, don't miss this opportunity. Deal of a lifetime. 2023 Gsxr 1000 and $5,000 cash could be yours just for keeping it country.